Greetings, my fellow Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac warriors. So we have like a lot of news and not news, and then when the news are good, something the market reflects it bad. So it's not consistent story with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac stock. So it is a problem for us as investors, what to expect. And even when we see the good news, the market don't reflect that very well. So my opinion is that it is we have good news, but price goes down. We had meeting of FSCO, and we know that Bassinet said what he said, that he will work with Pulte on 2025, 26. So he will work with it. So we know that that means that is referring to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. We know that Scott Bassinet and Bill Pulte, they're like in a good relationship. They had a nice handshake, and they behave nice between each other at the end of the meeting. You can watch the meeting by yourself. And so we know all of that is happening. Howard Lutnick took and said that the removal from the conservatorship of Fannie and Freddie is well on the way. So all is going good, and we had a price of 12. It fell down to 10 and something, and some people may ask why is that happening. And first, we as investors, we in this story, most of us, all people I know are who invested in this story are long-term investors. We hold this for years, and we expect that something will happen not in a days, even though the time came, but it will happen pretty soon, what we think. And we think it is soon for a long time, for years. It will not happen this now, it will wait for that. But most of us stay in a position. For example, I don't want to sell because it is large capital gain. And I expect that when everything pass, I will take loan against the shares, so I don't need to pay the capital gain tax, but still pull out the money from the stocks, and my stocks will be able to continue to grow because I think that they will grow exponentially. So why the stock fell? That is the main question. I think it is just the short sellers, and it's also we who believe in this story. We had literally 10 years to enter into a position to buy the stocks, and we bought at some price, let's say $2 on average, and we hold it. And do you want to sell now? No, because you need to pay the capital gain. Do you want to sell now? No, because I think it will grow in the future. And do I want to invest more? No, because I had 10 years to buy when it was 2. Now it is 10, 12. And I cannot just enter. And if you buy, the people who are buying now, they're not so hard committed to the stock as we old investors are. We know that it will stay, and if they're not that committed, they will fluctuate. That actually also explain why the stock have so little volume. Consider how large what is the float, but there is a float, the companies have it has let's say 1 billion shares. but a real float is like 3 million. That is like very small percentage. Why? Because all of everything else is locked in the investors who don't want to sell. And why I don't want to sell? Why the other people don't want to sell? Because we know that Fannie and Freddie used to pay the dividends. What was the dividends? $2-3 when the stock was like 50 in 2007, 2006, and we believe that they will pay again. And so it has a very small float, and on that small float, even in small movement of the small sell and small buy can cause a lot of the movement. And that is on one side. On the other side, because of that, stock is very easily manipulated. How they manipulate, like if you look at the traffic, for example, whatever you go, let's say you have like Schwab, and you go on a Schwab, and you can look live quote, and it will change. It over there it change automatically. So you can, and suddenly you can see the big a lot of small lots sale, not big chunks. So if I normal investors, and I want to sell, I take and sell 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 stocks, big chunks. If I want to manipulate with the price, I will send one, two stocks, and that will drive the price down. So that is what they're doing. If you go to the, for example, Chase, and you also have like refresh, but over there you need to click refresh quote, and you will see the lots, and you will see also like very fast change in a small amount of the lots that drive price down. And that is simple manipulation, price manipulation. And that for example, last couple of days, that was driving the price down. On what they also have, Fidelity also, but over there you need to click refresh. But at the moment when, as I said, like at the moment when there is like short sell attack, you will see a lot of small sales very fast. And what we can do about it? Nothing, because it's not right now. It doesn't reflect real price. The question is, and what to expect? If it goes so fast down, that means that they're actually taking and creating bigger and bigger shorter position, and even smaller news and smaller movement, or somebody who is like short seller applies same principles on a long side, they can drive the price in different direction. And that did happen last week, and but not on Friday and on Thursday and Friday. That's why we had the, like on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, when it was like Tuesday and Wednesday, something like that, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the price went up. And you can say, okay, this is happening because somebody is basically doing what they're doing on the short side, he's doing on the long side. And it is good that we have that kind of player in us. Maybe he wanna whatever he want, but he didn't do that on a Thursday and Friday. Hopefully he will do it next week. And but this is like normal for the stock, especially for Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, that has a really small real float, because we deal like with a couple of million shares, so it's not that, like, even if we have billion shares, we only traded easily a couple of million. That's nothing. And that's why all of this can be moved. So just think, like, whole day volume, let's say like 3 million shares times 12 $10, let's say, just for it's $30 million is whole day volume. And out of that, literally with $500,000 doing that small sales, you can move the price down 10%. So it is like easy for them to do it, and all of that will happen until we are listed in New York Stock Exchange. But the problem is that we need bigger price, because the Scott Bessent, Howard Lutnick, and Pulte want to sell the warrants, and they want to sell for in a reality for $50-$60 a warrant, and they have a problem for that. So the short sellers are making them a problem. What will be their reaction, we'll see in the future. That's why they try to push the price up, but we'll see how the SEC will act about that, and how will they call the SEC and say, okay, change something, we have a problem here. They're messing with our plan. So we'll see, but stay well, stay strong.